So this is going to be the video to show you how to make some gold. Everyone tells me the same damn thing. How do you make so much gold? How is this possible? I've only had up to 10,000 gold in my pockets. First thing is first. You'll want to get yourself a blade of woe and kill everybody. No, I'm just kidding. You don't want to do that. It's not actually a good way to make money. In fact, it's probably going to get you into a lot of trouble in this game, and you'll die from guards all the time. It's really fun though. You can do it right here, like that. That's probably a wow. My guy hits so bad. Of course, he's a tank though. Well, anyway, back to it. Gold making guide. This is going to be a pretty extensive but kind of new guide for me. I'd made a gold making guide before and I took it down because everything needs updating. So we'll go over each thing. There's several ways to make gold in this game. One big thing you need is the add-ons. Add-ons are amazing in this game. Of course, if you're on Xbox or PS4, I feel so bad for you. But you're gonna need not need, but you really should get these. Master Merchant is one of them. The other one is Tamriel Trade Center. This one takes a little bit more to install. You can't just install it from, ESO UI or anything like that. It's better to go to their website and install it. And all these other things actually help you as well, like a Potion Maker, Multicraft, and I'll get into those later in this video. All these things, Dustman, blah, blah, blah. All these things come in handy. Awesome Guild Store, really handy. There's also other ones I don't even have that are really useful. Master Merchant does amazing things. So does, Tamriel Trade Center. Like you see these, a cheese wedge. That thing sells for 1,200 gold a piece. Tells me that because see that little thing says Marksman or MM? Marksman. Sorry, Master Merchant. That tells you how much it's going for. It's actually been selling for on auction houses connected to the game. It takes logs data from people actually buying and posting these items. Craft cost gives you an average. Cool stuff. And see the TTC value as well shows up there, 1179 to 1474. So it's in that ballpark. They're a good tool to give you an idea of what things are selling for currently. It tells you how many listings, things like that, how many days. So, and the other big thing, if you don't have access to these, say you do have Xbox or PS4, you can come down here and actually go to the website. This is TamrielTradeCenter.com and click on whichever one you have, whichever, if you're on Xbox, PlayStation. I'm on PC, but, and you can search for anything. These are what people are searching for right off the get-go. Why is that selling for 85,000? Oh, it's Sword of Vicious Death. Okay. So you can see those things are selling for crazy stuff. Like, say you were in Deshaun and you farmed out a Plague Doctor. So you don't even have to finish it. It'll do it for you. Yeah. We'll go with, we'll just type in the rest. Sword, right? You really want that sword. Or you just want to find one to sell. These are the averaging prices. See that? Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But anyway, that's how you use Tamriel Trade Center. You can even find materials. Say you wanted to find some, I don't know. Say, dragon scale. Maybe it's 2 words. Either way, whatever you want to find, it's in there. You find it. It'll tell you where it's at, too. Like, say you want to go just tempering alloys. Right now, Tamriel Trade Center is acting up, but you can see these are blank right here. This was posted 6 minutes ago, 15, 18, 22. The people have their Tamriel running right. It'll show up where it's at. Like this one is in the Malabal Tor, Drabble, Grievance, guild. It was posted 22 minutes ago. He's got 5 of them up for 7,700 a piece, which is a little higher than normal, but it's the going rate. And you can go find them there. Pretty cool stuff. That's how you use it. That's how people are always finding your stuff and buying it so fast as well. So back to it. You want the add-ons. Once you have the add-ons, you have just tremendous opportunity to make gold, and we're going to go over each one. Killing goats. Don't kill goats. Goats are nice. So, crafting will be the first one, I believe, so let's head on to it. Okay, farming. Farming, what this is. Now, this is not any type specific. This is more or less material farming. What we're going to do for any level player can do this. Any level. This is the best thing about this part of making gold. You can be any level and make gold. You can be a level 1. You can be level 9 million. Doesn't really matter. This way will guarantee to make you gold no matter what level you are, what skills you have, how bad you suck, how good you are. Doesn't matter who you are. You can make gold doing this. You can go any zone. Any freaking zone and do this. But the best ones, in my opinion, are Balfoy Inn, Gnarthy's Roost, and what's that other one? Betnik? I believe it's Betnik. Yes, it's Betnik. These 3 places are beginning zones. You can start out in them, and there's like low-level players. There's usually not people going after the nodes that you are, except for in Balfoy Inn, I found. Balfoy Inn seems to be a more congested place for people doing this. This is a very common way to do. You'll see this video quite a bit as it goes. You'll see a lot of people going to Balfoy Inn. So you'll get to Balfoy Inn, or one of these other places, or anywhere in the whole map. It doesn't matter. But what we're going to do is go hunt materials. I actually have a character I use to farm materials. His sole purpose is to go around collecting things like this. The higher your crafting is, you'll get to where you can make the items light up. It makes them so much easier to find. See? You can just see it from way away. And that's all you'll do. You'll just run around doing this. The goal. This is where this thing is extremely boring. But your goal you should set. You should always set a goal, because otherwise you're probably going to fall asleep on your keyboard, drool all over it, cost yourself a new keyboard. Or, whatever you're playing with, a controller. Your cat's going to jump on your face. And anyway, you'll go around like this, because these beginning areas have like very, very low enemy rates. So you won't run into any trouble. But you want to I set my goal at 1,000 ore a day, not silk or cloth or whatever you want to call it, wood, 1,000 ore. Because what's going to happen is you're going to pick up everything, including the ore. And like I said, you'll just go around collecting like this. It's not hard. This is the easiest way to do this. As you can see, they're just right next to each other. They're just boom, boom, boom. That's all you got to do. And don't skip on the rune stones. Those things have such value, it's unreal. And alchemy mats. People don't realize how much alchemy mats are worth. Columbine alone, you can sell that for a fortune. So you'll go around doing this until you get to 1,000 ore, or whatever goal you set for yourself. Doesn't really matter. But once you get all these picked up, look, I'll show you what I mean here in a second. I'm going to pick this one up and then I'll go to that. Screw it. So, Columbine sells for 213 each. Each. That's insane. So anyway, you'll take your ores, you'll take your raw materials, this rough stuff, the ore, and what was the other one? Silk. You'll refine those things so you can sell them for a stack of 200. That's your business, but I wouldn't recommend that. What I recommend doing with your refined stuff, you refine it all, you'll get more than just the ore. You're going to get like things that upgrade armors and things like that. You'll also get tempers. You'll get great stuff. That's what you want, is the gold level stuff to sell. You can keep it if you want, upgrade your items. You're also going to come across chests, which always grab the chest. I know it's going to be in this level especially, it's going to be training gear stuff. But, I'm terrible at lockpicking, by the way. You guys are witnessing a tragedy. But that always has gold in it. Instant gold. And items. And you could get a map, or you could get something really cool. You never know. So you'll refine all these goods that you're picking up. Like I said, if you have 1,000 ore, that's a ton of mats of each one of these. And what you'll get is a couple of these. You're eventually going to get Stuff like tempering alloy. See, that sells for 7,100. Without, I mean, I've sold these things. I've been listing them for 75, and all of them have been selling. So you're talking, if 1,000 ore, you're almost guaranteed to get somewhere in the vicinity of 8 of these things, if not more. Maybe 10, maybe even more. Who knows? It's kind of random. It has a very crap drop rate, but you're going to get them. So 1,000 ore, that's 200 times 5. So you got 5 stacks of this ore. You can sell the ore for probably about 10,000. So 50,000 is what you could sell the ore for. Or you can grab and get these and sell not just the, you'll have the, the mat that it makes, the ingots. You can sell the ingots for about 2,000 per stack, so you're really not losing much. And you can sell the tempering alloys and all the other cool stuff that comes with it. Like here, look at this. Here's the blacksmithing stuff. You'll get dwarven oil. Grain solvents, they sell for 630 each. I use the crap out of them, so I don't have that many. People use them. That's why they're so good. Drew wax comes from the silk. And other things it comes from. You'll get rosin from these things. These sell for a great deal. I mean, you can make it roughly. If I do, like when I don't do this too much anymore because I have other ways of making gold. But if you farm 1,000 ore a day, you'll make, on average, 150,000 a day. 150,000 gold a day. At minimum, you make 100,000. Easy. Without a problem. So imagine that. You say, oh, the most I've ever had is 10,000 gold in my account. Well, no. You can do this for roughly 2 hours is what it takes me, if not a little less. I'm just going to skip that. I'm not doing this a tutorial video. But you can sell the mats and make 100,000 gold, no problem, in one day. And you can do this daily. So you're talking 5 days of this. It's not bad. Or do it over the weekend. You'll have a couple 100,000 gold. Go buy whatever you like. You'll have all the gold you'll need to do the things that you want. You want to buy a house in this game, you want to buy a big mansion, it takes you a little while, but you'll get it. I mean, 100,000 gold, that's a lot of money, huh? So that's the way crafting goes. Each one of the starting sets or places has great areas to farm. They're so close together, you can just boom, 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 farm all day, make tons of gold this way. It's guaranteed. This is not one of those things where you got something in the auction house and it takes you forever to sell. This is every single day you'll be able to sell these things. Not a problem. You can undercut people if you want to. You won't make as much gold, but you'll make the gold. It can be done at any level. Any level. And not to mention, you start off in these zones. So it's not like you got to travel to them. But any level, always get a guild trader if you can. Makes it easier. You'll sell things greater, helps your guild out. You could be a unsociable butthead if you want, but I recommend getting a guild trader. See, look, that guy, this guy. They're all passing up these nodes. He may go for it. No. Passed it up. There's one there and one there. These are new players, though. They don't really know. I'm hoping these guys watch this video and they'll learn. But anyway, don't sell the ore or the raw material. That's your choice if you want to, whatever. But I don't recommend it. It will help your crafting. You can actually don't have to sell these things. You could take and use all this stuff to up your crafting level, which I recommend to get it up max. Max level gets you more money. More money much faster. You see? Like I'm getting rubidite ore. If you have max level crafting, that's what you'll get. If you have a max leveled character who doesn't have their crafting up at all, these are going to show up on a varying scale. You'll get the high level material shows up, and you'll get like the level 1 stuff like iron ore. But they do that because they want you to level up your crafting. So they're not going to like stick you and leave you with no way to find materials. So if you are a level 1 crafter, they're going to put level 1 materials in front of you and high level mats just to kind of mix things up. So I believe that's how. And the other thing about this goes in a big circle. You just follow this thing around and around, and you'll get your stuff easy. Even if there's a bunch of players out here, there's more material and it spawns so fast that you'll have no problems, none at all. So I believe that covered the farming way of making gold. Okay, so crafting. Now crafting is a good way to make money. It varies in how you want to do it. There's so many ways you can do crafting and make gold in this game. This is a good way right here. You can go to a alchemy station and make what are called tripods, or you can do weapon pots. I love add-ons, by the way, so if this looks different to you than it does, when you play your game. This is Potion Maker. Plus, you can get one, I believe it's a multi-craft down here. You can, like say we wanted to make 20 of these. See, I'll take and put up, whatever ingredients I need, whatever stats I want to do. But what this is a tripod. You ever hear people say tripod, or you look up a build and someone says, need a tripod. This is what you should use. This is a tripod. Gives you all 3 of these restored and the recovery. Really cool stuff. And if you're Argonian, makes it even better. These things sell like crazy. So say I wanted to make 10 of these. You just hit multi-craft and let her roll. And when you have your alchemy built up, you'll make 4 at a time. It's really cool. So for the cost of 1, you're making 4. So if you do the math, say these sell for 100 gold each, and say it cost you 20 gold to make them. So 20 gold to make 4, and they sell for 100 gold each, and you sell for 400 gold for 4. So 20 gold out of your 400 is what you have invested in these, and you've just profited, 380 gold. But I'm sure that's not exact numbers, those are just estimates. So you can make weapon damage ones as well. Alchemy is a great way to go. Each one of these is actually a good way to go. You can do all kind of things with crafting and sell it. Problem is you got to have the materials to make these. So if you don't have the materials, get to farming or buy them, whatever. But also furniture. Furniture is a great way to go. I don't have much in these, I don't think. Probably got a little bit. But something like this, it'll cost you, usually it tells me a cost on how to make these things when I light them up. Yeah, this is terrible. I'll just give it an estimate here. Daedra Hearts are cheap. Really, really cheap. Regulus is cheap. This is really cheap. Mundane Runes, they're not as cheap. And you use a bunch of them crafting. So I would estimate this cost maybe 1,200 gold at most, I would say, to craft. And these more than likely sell for about 2,000 to 3,000. Profit margin's not huge, but it's big enough. You don't want to craft in mass in these things. If you flood the market with these things, your profits are going to plummet. So you do like 1 or 2 of these at a time, sell them, do it again, rinse and repeat. But that's not to say you just wait on this. You can craft other things, like whatever it is, So each station, oh yes, I saved the queen. So anyway, each of these things has something for furniture. Like Undercroft here, I've probably got some neat stuff here. Oh, that came from the DLC, or the event, I'm sorry. Yeah, here we go. These sell, I know, for roughly 70 to 100,000. They cost me about 50 to 60,000 to make. So your profits are bigger, but you're also spending a lot more. So as you can see, I don't have that much bone and that much an anima stone. And it takes a kuta, which is about 2,700 gold, honestly. And I've got a bunch of these anyway. I got 8. I usually get plenty more than 8, and then I sell them down to 8. I keep 8 of all these things. So this is about 50,000. Oh, I don't know how much that would cost. So yeah, roughly 60,000 in gold if you're talking about all these other mats. Sell it for 70,000. You're making 10,000 gold. They sell really quick. So that's what I'm saying. You can craft anything, and even the food stations. The food stations, people, you don't understand how important food is. Like the big ones here, you'll be able to sell, well, those don't sell very good because that's real easy to go. Bloody Mars don't sell bad. Ambrosia sells great. Those make, I think, what is it, 4 per ambrosia? Yeah, you get 4 of these per 1 cost if you have your crafting up for this. And you can sell those for about almost 3,000 each. So you're making pretty good, as long as you can get the perfect row for cheap. I usually use stuff like this here. Well, I guess it's in the drinks. Yeah, here we are. These things are great. This is tri-stat stuff. When you ever hear you say tri-stat food, this is what he's talking about. Or she, whoever you're doing the build from. Furniture. Even the food thing has furniture. It's insane. These sell for like $5 grand. It costs about 2 to make. So yeah, good profit. Like I said, crafting is one of those incredible things you can do. Plus, you can go to these, like a town like Vivek like this has all the crafting stations so close to each other. Get your consumable crafting writs for the day, And each station has one. Even if you're a low-level crafter, grab these things, do them. You still have a chance to get a master writ. I just did them on this guy, so we're going to go over here and turn them in. See, their turn-in for this is really close in Vivek, too. That's why I really like Vivek. So we're going to come over here, try not to steal these things when I turn them in, because that's a big pain in the butt. You can easily get caught stealing, trying to turn these in almost any place you try to turn them in. But anyway, you'll get a little box for each one of these. Like woodworking, we'll open this up first and set the bottom. And see, just for doing that crafting thing, which probably cost me somewhere in the vicinity of 400 to 500 gold in materials, that's worth 3,300. Plus these other things that you get. You know, repair kits are coming handy, especially if you're in a dungeon or somewhere and you don't have anywhere to repair. Beach, I mean, yeah, if you're making alts or, you know, making stuff for other players, you know, you can make money off that. These are really cool. Surveys. I used to throw these things away when I first started playing the game. I used to throw them away because I had no idea where the hell they were. But there's add-ons that show you where these things are. Or you can actually look at the map and see where it is, try to figure it out yourself, trying to make a nice little game out of it. Those are 64 gold each. There's 3 of those. That's good money. But these, when you get your crafting up for whatever survey you get, there's a huge amount of materials you get. Like, say, if it was a blacksmithing one, it comes out to roughly 150 ore out of this one thing. That's insane. Oh, we got gypped on that one. You'll get gypped a lot, especially starting out. You're going to get gypped a lot. It's just going to happen. Yeah, see? Yeah. But what you want to find is a master writ. And you'll get recipes and stuff too. Hey, I don't even know this one. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Let's go up here and learn it real quick. Ta-da! And now we know more. And knowing is half the battle. So, besides crafting potions and crafting other alchemy things and crafting furniture, you can service yourself out. You can get in chat and say, hey, I'll make you whatever you want for a price. Or if they have mats, you can just have them do for a tip. Or if you're just feeling generous, do it for free. You don't make any gold that way. In fact, you lose gold. I don't recommend that. But either way. And say you have your writs and you don't want to do them or you can't do them, you can sell those off for pretty good price. They sell for average of 500 to 1,000 gold per voucher. Most of the ones you're going to get are 2 to 6. You're eventually going to get some good ones that are like 50 and 3. I had one that was 301. I sold it for 275,000 gold. It was amazing. But you don't have to have a guild either. You can sell it in trade or you can sell it in a guild. I recommend a guild. It helps your guild out and plus it gets you some friends and it makes it where you can sell your things very, very easily. So I believe that's all we need for the crafting. I mean, you can sell crafted sets. Like I said, you can get a Hunding's Rage is a good one for stamina-based players or tanks in the beginning. You can also sell Julianos, which is in Hrothgar. That sells really well. You can make the high-end weapons like Julianos Lightning Staff with Sharpened on it. Sells for, I believe, somewhere in the vicinity of 75,000 gold still. And that's a crafted item. You can just keep on selling those. It's going to cost you anywhere between 45 and 50,000 to make that item. But if you sell it, that's great profit. And you can do it every time without fail. So I believe that's all we have on the crafted part. Now we'll move on to another good way to make gold is to farm for set pieces. Like this place is Old Orsinium. It's a public dungeon in Hrothgar. The public dungeons have this symbol on them. Your delves are going to be, well, there's plenty of delves around here. Like this here with a little shard in it. You'll see the little torch back there. That's a delve. Delves give out belts and boots for item set pieces. Public dungeons have just a mass amount of things that they do. You can get weapons from here, especially. That's what you're looking for in particular. Weapons, shields, things like that. Those seem to sell much better. Like this area has the Briarheart set, which sells good. So if you get like a dagger that's infused, oh, you hit the jackpot. So anyway, you'll want to come into these things and just murder everything. Especially bosses. Public dungeons are a little tougher, though. So typically, a lot of people, that's why they're a public dungeon. You'll have multiple people in here, and they can help you out sometimes, you know. But you want to take a build that you can just farm anything. See, like we just got a Briarheart Bracer. It's worth 148, because it's invigorating. Invigorating's not that great, but you get a good trait on these things. Like if these were say infused or reinforced, something like that, because, well, you know, things like that sell better. You improve those, sell them. You can make upwards of several thousand per piece, and if you farm this area for roughly an hour, you're going to get some Briarheart pieces that are worth selling. Or, I think, Trinamac, I don't know if anyone uses that, but the other pieces that drop here are the Pariah set, and if you're really lucky, you'll even get a motif. The motif that drops here is the Ancient Orc. Ancient Orc will sell anywhere from 20,000 to, well, depends on what you get. I've seen them go as high as 140,000, depending on what it is. Plus, there's a quest in here you can do if you haven't done it, which is good for a skill point. But that's it. You'll just run through these things. You can loot chests, and chests have a chance to drop any set piece in the area. So, say that belts don't drop in public dungeons like this, it has a good chance you can get a belt, or a chest piece, or whatever. Oh, that almost killed us. Luckily, we're Argonian, and as soon as we pop a potion, we're back to 100% everything. But you'll come down here, you'll find these little bosses like this. You'll blast through hordes and hordes of mobs, which that's why public dungeons, they have mass groups of mobs. They're meant for public, you know, groups. But you can find a good solo build like this one here. I believe I posted this one. If I haven't, well, give me time, I'll post it again. I redid my videos because, well, everything needs updating, and some videos just seem too old for me. He doesn't do the greatest damage, but very hard to kill. When they split like that, all you can do is find that one with the weakest link. And just keep burning them. Come on, come on. And that's that. So you'll kill the bosses in here. And we got Pariah. But anyway, you can find things to sell in these things. It's really a good way to make gold and level up. It will level up, especially if you go to like somewhere like Deshaun or something like that. I probably mutilated that. But you'll find a place that has a lot of undead, and that will level up your Fighters Guild along with your level and give you CP points if you're a CP point player. The set pieces that drop in different areas, like I'll give you an example. Rothgar here drops Pariah, Briarheart, and Trinamac, and gives you a chance to get the motifs for Ancient Orc here. To get the Trinamac motifs, by the way, you go up here and do a daily. I think that's about the only way I know to get them. Or you can go to any of these, and each of these has their own set. Like one that sells really well, you'll come over here to this dungeon, the Forgotten Crypts, and run this until your eyes fall out. But you'll eventually get some Plague Doctor sets that are worth keeping or selling. The swords infused sell for roughly 150,000 gold. So if you're talking you farm 2 or 3 hours in this thing and you get your sword and a whole bunch of other stuff, well, you've made a pretty good sum of money. To me, it's a good way to level up if you have a character that can go through these things on their own. Really helps out. So that's how you do the public dungeon stuff and farming for gear sets. You can even farm for rings. Like I said, rings are mainly dolmens or chests, or you can farm for different pieces going into delves. If you're going for gold, always find out what people are using. Always find out. Go on to, the biggest thing is to go on to TTC. Find out what's selling really high and just go for it. There's certain things that will not drop for you if you look for them, like the Ethereal Cipher and things like that. Those are not worth really hunting down because they drop totally random. But you can go after certain set pieces and certain motifs. So that's the public dungeon run. I'll show you another way to make gold. So another interesting way to make gold. I've showed you how to farm. I've showed you how to use crafting, which that guy just went by and grabbed the ore. See, he's a fool. He could have grabbed so many other things. But either way, your game, you play how you want. The next way we'll talk about is playing the market. This is your typical stock trader type move. What I mean is, in ESO, the way we do things, or at least the game does things, they don't have a set single auction house. Like in Warcraft, you can hit any auction house in the game and it's connected to a large network. So you can put your item in at whatever town has an auction house, and someone in another town will be able to pick it up. Not in Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls, the way that works is you go and there's little traders everywhere. So, I mean, most of your main cities like Grotwood, Eldenroot, have these traders right here. See all these guild traders in one area? These are big hubs. If you have a guild that's connected to one of these, like either Eldenroot or Deshaun or Vivek, or, you know, big places where a lot of people mass together and have a huge number of traders, these are golden to have a guild in. Golden. Even if you have to pay a week or month or whatever it is, if you can do their little fee, you'll make a fortune. You'll drown in gold. So anyway, but what I mean by playing the game, here we go. I'll pick Green Shade. Now, this is not a really big habited area. This is probably the biggest habited area in Green Shade. It has a trader right here in town. Several. Those are good traders. What I'm saying is, you'll probably find it there too. I mean, you can go and check and look, but like, see down here, there's this little one down here. One trader in the middle of nowhere. Like, no one goes to this thing. But somebody, a guild, owns this. Okay? So we're just going to go to it. Now, I haven't looked at this at all. But I'm going to show you what we're going to do. The basis of it is, you can go to any trader, I'm sure you'll find something, but usually these smaller ones, the ones that are no one ever goes to, have new players at them. See, here's the trader. It's owned by the Seven-Fingered Leaves. That's interesting. Now, I use an add-on that makes this happen like this. See, this is my recent sales here. Pretty good stuff. Master Merchant is a must. I cannot stress this enough. That and TTC, awesome guild store, things like that. These are great add-ons. If you are on Xbox or PS4, I am so sorry. I'm sure there's a way to do this. I don't know it. I don't play it on Xbox. But here's what we do. Reset my search. This is how it looks, or at least mine. After you have this add-on, I don't know if this is even in the game. But this is how good the deal is. This is it's overpriced, as it tells you. This, well, it just says it. Buy it. So we'll start here and search for anything this guild has. This chicken breast is sold at an 85% profit. It sells for 253 gold on average. That's what Master Merchant's saying. And you can buy it for 37 gold. Well, you could buy that, resell it, make your profit. Then you go over here. There's none of that. They got quite a few great deals. Like, see, here's that chicken breast again at a different price. And you could, you know, buy stuff like that. Green, you'll see a lot of green. You can pick them up and sell them. Like, this wasn't a great place to look, but still, there were some good deals. But you get what the gist of it is. You go to any of these places. We'll pick another one here just to show you. Go to, how about, well, Baltor. Don't know much about this one. Oh yeah, I got a survey up there. So anyway, the main city here, I don't even know. I barely even come to this place. But look, here's a trader right next to this. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's one trader. Cool thing is it's right next to the Way Shrine. So you can just pop in and out of these things and look, make some money. This is owned by Grievance. And let's see. Deal range. Yeah. Breachers of the Shadow Dancer selling for 180 gold. They're worth 1,000. So you see the profit in these. People have to be looking for them. I mean, I don't suggest you really buy this thing unless you know someone really looking for the Shadow Dancer thing. But there's some that are just amazing deals. Like this ring. Epic ring. Epic ring for 153 in general is a pretty good deal. As you can see, it's selling for 492, almost 500 gold. And anywhere upwards of 1,800. So you could buy it for 153 gold, resell it, make some good money. And that's how you play the trader. You can even buy stuff in chat. You can make like a listing that says, I'm buying all of your wax, I'm buying all of your tempers at this price, and hope to God you get someone dumb enough to fall for that so you can resell them. But that's how you play the trader. And you post things for great amounts. So I've showed you how to craft. I've showed you how to farm. There is one more way to make gold. I really don't know much about it, so we're going to experiment with it together. Here we go. So, the last way I know to make gold, besides doing quests and doing it legitimately, is doing it illegitimately. You see all these things that light up white. All these characters. Like this guy or girl. She's gonna get it. You steal! You can steal in this game. It's great. Take off and go hide. They see you. Or at least me. I don't do this very often, so this is going to be a funny video right here. And you'll wait for it to turn green, at least in my opinion you should. And look! Look! We stole a wooden drinking cup from her. It's worth 100 gold. So the blue items and epic items and legendary items, of course, they sell more, but you want at least the green stuff from what I gather. You don't want to be caught. You want to pick a place that has a low guard population. I thought this was one of them, but I've been watching these guards roll around here like crazy, like they own the place. So anyway, low guard population, you can just rob everybody, and there's nothing they can do about it. And then you sell your stuff to the Thieves Guild, of course, or you get your little pariah person. And you rinse and repeat. Or you can even kill these people if you want. I mean, it's up to you. But we'll steal from them. Like a person down there fishing right there. Oh, look. Now they see us. Oh, we got a colorful pottery. No chamber pots today, fellas. But anyway, you'll take and do that for hours and hours and hours and hours. And look, we stole some more. But that's how you do